Let sleeping dogs lie? Maybe not the best turn of phrase for this franchise. Now it has recently come out, Keanu Reeves has said it himself, was like, nah, I'm done with John Wick. There's no way there's going to be another one. Dude died definitively at the end of chapter 4. However, there has been a release that says that chapter 5 is going to come out, as well as a spinoff series. So now John Wick 5 is getting a surprising update from LionsGate, and this is one of the heads of LionsGate just days after Keanu Reeves says that it couldn't happen. Now, despite him saying that he was playing it down, he wouldn't want to go back there, the Lionsgate executives have a very different view. And in a new interview with Comic Book, Jennifer Brown, that's a weird way of spelling Jennifer. I wonder if she's a DEI hire. The head of global products and experiences at Lionsgate has confirmed that John Wick 5 and many other additions to the franchise are in development. So they're basically doing, this is kind of what it seems like. They're basically trying to turn him into a Bond kind of thing, because Bond is now becoming a content farm. Thanks to Jeff Bezos. Get her $1 billion and throw broccoli to the side, because she actually cares about this franchise. I'm trying to make money. Well, is he actually trying to make money? Because what they did with Lord of the Rings, after paying exorbitant amounts of prices for, that IP and only specific parts of that IP, they completely ruined that with Rings of Power. This is exactly what they're going to do with 007, and that's what they're going to do with John Wick now, it seems, as well. They're just going to run it in the ground because it has been profitable basically since its existence. It was a breakout hit. It has been successful, and so they want to keep riding that wave. Why? Because they have nothing else to do. Now, since the conclusion of John Wick Chapter 4, the question of how the franchise can continue with its titular character now dead has been addressed through several spinoffs. There we go. Content Farm. The latest of those, the Ana de Armas, ooh la la, starring Ballerina, is about to make its debut later this year, but it seems that a fifth movie in the flagship franchise is in development and Lionsgate, and these are her words herself. This world continues to grow and expand in incredible ways. Up next, of course, we have Ballerina, which is our first spinoff movie, and we can't wait for that to release to the world. Of course, we're working on a fifth John Wick film. I think there are more spinoffs to come, a TV series, video game. Yeah, that's basically all they have nowadays. Any kind of like good original thing that comes out, anything that remotely makes a buck or two at the box office, they will try to turn into a franchise. And as of now, the John Wick franchise has actually done pretty well. But sucking it dry, they're like fucking vampires at this point. What they need to do is give it a dadgum rest. Or just let it die completely. Let it live in memoriam for what it was. Kind of like the Bourne Supremacy did. Bourne Supremacy, Ultimatum, and what was the other one? I can't remember. But they tried to do a TV show with Jeremy Renner later on, and it was okay. Or maybe it was a movie. It may have been another movie. But they tried to bring it back. It just didn't have the same fire and fervor that the original ones did with Paul Greengrass. Those ones, they caught fire. They were specific for the time. They were good for the time, and then let them stand on their own. It's the same thing with what they're doing with Lord of the Rings. They're trying to dredge up other stories and other things, but it's never going to hold a candle to the original Lord of the Rings. Same thing with John Wick. He had a definitive ending. His story arc was complete. No, we need to milk more of that, because that one actually gives us money. That one has been profitable to this point. Well, this is what they did also with Star Wars. This has been very profitable. Let's take it. Let's throw our own crap into it. Let's keep spinning it off and just making rehash and rehash and rehash of it. Let's make TV shows. Let's make video games. And they all bomb because you lost the actual fervor and flair of what made those movies, those IPs, palatable to begin with, why it connected with people. You completely lost that. You lost the soul of the fucking artistry. Good gracious, these people think I deal with this in my daily life too. Now, when asked for further details, she shared that we've shared that we're developing a fifth John Wick film. John Wick may be dead. We are all on bated breath waiting to find out, because it's the only way they do things. Now it's going to be a fucking multiverse. Now it's going to be a spin-off series of some kind. Keanu Reeves, like 5 days ago, was saying that he's dead. He's going to stay dead. He didn't even want to go back because, for many reasons, not only that the story was told, but also that he has bad knees. And it's a physical toll on his body to film these things. Now, in almost every interview since John Wick Chapter 4 was released, Keanu Reeves and franchise director Chad Stahelski have fielded questions about it because everyone's always going to ask if there's a way for him to come back. And the responses have been all over the place. This was I wouldn't say a PR nightmare, but it wasn't exactly the PR message that you would normally expect, where they'd be on the same page. Everyone kind of just said different things, just like, but most of all, it was brushing it aside. Yeah, whatever. We'll tell you what you want to hear. It's not going to happen. And definitively, 2 days ago, Keanu Reeves shut the book on Wick, and he said in an interview, the character's dead. He died in John Wick Chapter 4. I know in Hollywood you can. I know. It's the Hollywood story. Right now, there isn't. And this is kind of one of those things where Keanu Reeves is just hand hovering while taking pictures with fans. He doesn't want to commit to anything because he's trying to be as neutral as possible. I think we all kind of know he doesn't actually want to do it, but they keep pushing. And what I don't know about this is the right price going to call him back? I kind of feel like he should, well, he already is, and that's what he does in his personal time. He is a very huge philanthropist, and he goes and helps out all kinds of underprivileged, shall we say, people. He can spend his time doing that. He's made enough money. He obviously doesn't care that much about it. He does it for the passion. He does it for the art. And everyone loves him. He's very zen about all of it. It's hard to know how Reeves feels about the franchises he previously expressed an interest in returning as Wick, and the only thing that could stop him would be his aging knees, and that's one thing that I said earlier. So what is the truth? The truth is, if he gets paid enough, he'll probably do it. I mean, look at the Bill and Ted thing. That was lackluster and half-hearted. There's no getting around that. He did it for the money. I don't want him to become something like a Nick Cage, where he's just doing stuff because, there's a paycheck involved and it's something to get him off his butt at home. He's got plenty of other stuff that he's doing behind the scenes at home. But if he really feels the need, if he really feels like he wants to do it, go ahead, do it. I won't be watching. I didn't watch past John Wick 3, to be honest, but I haven't heard good things about John Wick 4. But if it is such a succinct ending for him, why try to dredge up anything about that character again? The fact that it made it to 4 movies, period, off of something that was basically an indie film to begin with, is astounding and should be celebrated and should be left the fuck alone. Leave these IPs alone. Don't kill them. And don't ruin the nostalgia for the first ones, the ones that captivated everyone's attention. Look at the Terminator franchises. 1 and 2 are freaking awesome. They just kept going and kept going and kept making everything worse and worse and worse. Stop it. Stop it, Hollywood. Stop it. This is Malty from Mouth of Malty. What do you guys think about this? If you have any thoughts at all, leave it down in the comment section below, even if it doesn't make sense and you don't know how to type or spell. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
That's a lot of nuts!
You don't milk the whole thing dry. You don't suck all the Oh, golly, I shouldn't say that.